Welcome back, friends old and new. Deis Ferrous here. Hope everybody's doing well. We are back with Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Last time we did a lot of talking to our crew members and some random events that occurred during warp jumps. And we ended with a nice, actually pretty big ship combat between us and 4 pirates that we did surprisingly well in, honestly. And now we are looking. And now we are investigating, I should say, the plundered space stations those pirates were raiding. Poisoner, okay. We got a lot of people. Gil the Psycho. What I'm gonna do is Cassia is just open up and just blast them like. Because I doubt there's really gonna be time to talk. Cassie's going first, so I'll set you up there. That's very defensible. Take a squat here. I have a lot. You're about to get ready to just charge in like always. Pascal, let's hang you back. Okay, now let's put Cat Pascal here, and Yirlet over here. And get Bella. And go there. That should be good. Cause I had they all had freaking. Oh my god, 216 HP. They all had red squares. I doubt it was gonna go well. So that's the back line, or the front line. Back line will set. You have more cover, Cassie, so we'll put that on you. And the rear can go on Yirlet over here. Then just... Ooh, there's some more guys that way, actually. I did not hit all of them. I will kill a good chunk of them. Okay. Do Glimpse of Fate on yourself. You're about to beat it, honestly.
Me?
Buff Yirlet.
Lord Captain.
You survived on one. You got those two. Ooh, you lost the Slasher. Oh, are all these guys in the fight too? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, this is fine. Just buff up Yirlet a little bit more. That's fine. You're up. Pascal, come over here. Debuff this group. Yeesh, okay. The minor inconvenience, but we'll make do. Hit him. I can't get all of you in a 2x2, which is fine. Let's... don't really need to use anything else, honestly. Just pop that for the slice attack and take out this guy. Cool. And I have another thing anyways. Sure, joint analysis. Okay, cool, that'll tap us.
Let's make it quick.
Kill the Psycho with a flamer. Set himself on fire? Hold on, let me double check that. That guy just set himself on fire?
Oh, my ears.
Yeah. Oh, but he has 0. Weird. Oh, there's a lot of guys coming this way. Gonna open with perfect spot.
If it
Analyze
serves your
this
cause.
guy. Will hunt
I
this guy.
understand your intent.
That's
I
basically
am
guaranteed
not
to
your
kill.
seam. I deal death with my hands.
Double kill. That's even better. Mark
If
you
I
now.
must.
God, still so many points. Cool. Gonna start chipping into Guild Psycho, I think. Next turn, if possible, she makes an attack that cannot miss and does not cancel any attack on her turn.
I
Yeah, I
am
think
not
that's
your
good. So
seam.
expose the weakness on you. And
If
then
it serves your
preps to
cause.
hit him again next turn.
Time to slaughter someone.
Oh, hello? Oh, this is a lot of dudes moving in.
Scared, yeah?
Oh, I did not realize there was gonna be this many guys.
I'm
Yeesh.
here, maggot.
And they are only
Let's make
getting
it
more
quick.
bulky.
High momentum.
Okay, let's get Cabela in over here.
The shadows will see it done.
Yeesh. Okay, let us
As the tenants
hit
demand.
that. Do a single target melee on
As
this
honor.
guy.
Let your soul
Splatter the
be
blood.
purged.
And for
Trust
the opening
me.
on you. Dink, dink, dink. I was expecting. Okay. Decel radius. And Rogak, Rogak, Rogak. What's the current weapon against an enemy? This I cannot miss and deal some more damage. Also deal additional damage inside tank. Let's do
The
this
undying
guy.
emperor whispers
Just get a
his
whole bunch
ill.
more splash damage in. There we
The
go.
other side awaits.
There we go. That's 2 blasts of blood mess. Let's go and start dealing with these guys. That's good. Okay. And we'll jump over here. Oh, I messed it up. He's still alive.
The shadows will
That's
stare.
fine.
Is
Dealt
a
with the
blessing.
poison. Oh, look at all these movement points we have now. Should I send Cabela in solo over there? No, I don't think I will. Do that, and no, that, and
I
there
shall
we go.
not fail.
Okay. That was very effective. Remy the Lead Rain. Oh my god, how many name characters do they have? Okay, let's see. I'll ignore you. Sworn enemy, this
At your beck
guy.
and call.
Charge
I
in.
will do my duty.
Wonk. And power swing, yeah.
Indeed.
Cool. Whittling them down very effectively. 2 more shield bashes for the road. Love that. Okay, okay, okay. I'm up. Best thing to do right now, I think. Reposition Cassia. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she should be able to get there, I think. No, actually, no. I could just reposition her to there, and that's good cover. So I want to get her out of threat range. Okay, bird. I can bird and kill him. He might shoot his boss. I think that's gonna be the play. Oh, I can't see. That's the issue.
Absolutely
No
not.
line of sight. Yeah, I can't see any of you guys. How much do I trust Cassia here? Cabela, I mean. How much do I trust Cabela? You know what, let's bird this dude. Like that. There's a low chance of hitting his buddy there. No. Basically no chance, but that's beside the point. I don't really want to go there. Well, that gotta be alive, so at least your elect can shoot him next turn. Go there. Can I bird? I should be able to tank that.
Not my specialty.
Target's too far. 12 cell radius. Oh, jeez. Bird this
Not
guy.
a problem for me.
God, my bird is so good. Is that all? Yeah. Okay,
I don't have time for this.
too far. Okay, Pascal, go. You... Let's get one more on you. Go do the big sheesh. It's kind of rough. Yeah, we'll go for it. That's what I figured. Still have one turn though, so it's machine. No, I can't do that. Can't do that on anyone. That's just kind of inconvenient. Just do the blitz stratagem there, just so when Avalok finishes those guys, he can get in a bit faster. Yeah, that's gonna be me tapped. Okay, Cassia. Voice of command on Pascal. Take aim on your left. Glimpse of fate, Pascal. Let's give Pascal another go. Believe in you, buddy. Just do another analyze enemy. Just take a normal shot at it. Pretty good damage, honestly. Alright, so it's gone. Gain extra 1 AP and 2 MP. So can stretch the next turn. Yeah, we'll pop that on you. little bit of extra damage. That's nice. Yeah, I guess we'll just prep precise attack. It's Cassie adapt. Oh, Pascal, are you ready again? Why is he? What did I reset? Does this reset it? Does it reset? Did that reset when I hit them? That's weird. Okay, let's. Don't really want to move you in, so. We'll charge that. Not that. Just hit you with a charge blast. Or miss you with a charge blast, that also works.
Let's get to it.
Cool. Hello, Olaf.
Out of my way.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this. Is you not gonna shoot him? Okay, that works, I suppose.
I am not your zenith.
Perfect. We love Urlet. Ulas the Slasher, you are in a not liked place at the moment.
If I must.
He's got 10 exploits. Do that. That will do 83 to 92. Good time. Next turn.
I am not your
That.
zenith, pet monkey.
Cool.
This
That's about the same
tedium
damage,
has been-
but that's great. That is huge. Can't see any of them, so I guess it's that guy. Just get that prepped up.
Show me what you've got.
Phenomenal job hitting your own team.
Let's make it
And
quick.
he's dead. Not even sure what took him out,
Here we go.
but we will most certainly take it. Okay, cool, cool. Let us
As the
do
tenants
this.
demand. Trust me.
Not what I meant to do, but that's fine. Let's do that. We'll run it back.
Come. The other side awaits.
Oh, you're out of movement. Shoot. That's fine. We'll just shoot up at no one. We will shoot at absolutely no one. Beings. Okay, we will hide. That is Cabela's specialty.
Let's get to it.
I'm gonna need to reposition Abelard, that's for sure.
Victory is imminent. One fewer target.
Knock both of you down.
At your beck and call.
That's the best. I could have taken the free movement.
It will be done.
Completely forgot about Blitz, but that's fine. Hey, Abelard.
Forge ahead.
Get in there.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Already done.
Not what I meant to do, but that's fine. Go, Abelard. No one's quite in range of you yet. That's actually pretty good. Go, bird. And that'll get you to spray into the backs of your allies. Yeah! That was huge. I'll have you do that again, actually. You just killed 2 of your allies for me. Thank you very much. Cassia, stuff this guy in your face. Hey Pascal, help me out here.
Death in colors.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Analyze. Leading on target.
Running binary
Long.
override.
Hoping for a little bit more, but that's fine.
My vow is to
There's some
serve.
cover for us. Let's move the front line. Abloy's bullet, he can take that. Front line. Well, I can do that on you. You're still gonna get another turn, apparently.
Request approved.
Joint analysis, precise attack. Ooh,
The
kill.
Messiah knows all.
That's my boy. Perfect kill. Love that. Back line can stay there. We can move, or the rear can stay there. The back line can move here. Give Bella voice of command. Take aim on Yerlet. Going to Fate on Adward. Actually, I probably should go to Fate Pascal. That's fine. Stronghold stratagem for Pascal. And can you shoot anybody? No. That's gonna be you, Tap.
Yet iron knows no pain.
Beans. Pascal's really getting a lot of extra turns here. 2, 3, 4. So I got 6 guys. That's very manageable. Move Pascal there, move the front line up. Let us actually do anything. No, I can hit him. It's probably all about all I can do, really. So, throw a grenade here. Yoink. And that's Pascal tapped. He can't actually see anybody. That's fine. Hey, Yerlet, can you see anyone? No, not really. Get you. Good. There we go. Thank you. Okay, now I see anyone.
You cannot force me, Alantak.
Ugh. This is really not enough movement points there.
I
Up
am not your
perfect spot again, I
Xenos
guess.
pet monkey.
And I can't see anybody. I guess just can't do anything. No. Yeah, I can't do anything. We'll reload, I guess.
Let's get to it.
Let's get Gabella moving in.
Death comes in silence,
That's pretty much all she can do.
as honor ordains.
Yeesh, okay.
Let's
Bit
make
rough.
it quick.
Oof. Abelard. Well, I can actually reach him, so
My place is at the fore.
go Abelard, my goat.
I will do my duty.
Charge. And if I taunt and scream like this, no, I can't. I can still hit these two, so I might as well.
It will be done. That's not the Seneschal's job.
Oh, I'm out of AP, that's fine. Uh, 32, 42, significantly less. We'll pop the Endure and take the free attack though, that's honestly probably better.
Victory is imminent.
Get the sustain in there.
Indeed.
Pop Race, if I particularly need it. Reposition your lap. Can you see anybody there? I don't know, so
I approach the designated position.
hopefully. Voice the command, your let's on cooldown.
Suits my purposes.
Can you see anybody? You can see him. Okay, yes, you can actually see people now.
If
That's
I must.
very good. Dink that guy.
Slips beyond the veil.
Little bit of overpen. That's very nice.
I
I'm gonna
understand
analyze
your
you
intent.
to get that going. Cool. Cool. Gonna
Oh,
get Bird.
too easy.
Messing you up again. Ah, so close. But Bird got the kill. Bird secured the kill.
Nothing I can't do.
Oh, so now this bird is very weird. Excuse me. Okay. Again, not too much I can really do.
I'm not
Pascal, I
accustomed to
guess.
being ordered
Go.
around.
You can't see shit.
The Omnissiah knows all.
These pillars are really screwing things up. Oh, I could have moved a little bit.
Heavy is the tread
Not that it
of
really
his
helps,
faithful.
but I do wish I noticed that sooner.
Isn't this a job for the
You ego
Ferrous?
me.
I
Take
am a
aim on
navigator,
Giralet.
not a servitor.
Glimpse of fate me, I suppose. Move you there.
Exploiters know one
Move
road.
there. Buff yourself. Debuff them. Let's give you some more exploits.
Approved.
That will be good damage.
Right.
That's pretty solid. Lower your damage, sir. Can we still see any of these guys? We can see the two in front apparently.
This tedium has been right. You moving? No
Take
more.
the double kill. Love that. Finish off
I
this
do
guy.
death with my hands.
Cool. Huge.
Here we go.
That's just this guy at like no health. Is that all of Cabela's movement? Yeesh.
I bring mercy and retribution. Death
Dink.
is a blessing.
Oh, thank goodness. I do kind of want to know the total XP I got for all of this. Because holy cow. Whew. Splinter pistol, unstable flamer. Interesting. Drukari claim. Nullifying shotgun. Man, I really wish I had a shotgun build. That looks cool. It's a normal shotgun. Yeah, that's what that dude had. That's probably what the lead rain had. That's probably what the slasher dude at the bottom had. That's the flamethrower the one guy had. Is there only the 3 named people? I think so. Best. Any good lights on? Ooh. Hello. Hello. You have a 0% chance to dodge anyways. Infection. It's 5 edges of immunity to burning. It's area attacks. 7 fellowship. That's 10% armor against melee attacks. This is 10% armor against everything. And 5 to flat. Holy cow, that is an upgrade, sir. It's medium. I think Pascal's the only one that has medium. Well, that's theoretical, though. Improved light body glove. You have. That's technically slightly better for me. Extra 5% dodge. Yeah. So I don't really have much new stuff to throw on. But just wow. I could give you the Fire Blast Carapace. Yeah, that's actually a little bit better for you. There's no reason not to give you that. Is a better way to put it. Wow, that must have been just a ton of XP. Holy cow. That was a huge fight. Just a familiar. Overseer's toughness bonus. Obstructed. It's actually obstructed enemy. The enemy suffers 11 levels of bleed. Holy cow. Eh. I don't need. Hands dog medics. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, there we go. Finally, a chance to upgrade some stats. Let's get fellowship even higher. That's my main thing after all. Alloyed my meat wall. Dodge insects except the vanguards. Are any of these enemies consider the vanguard as a priority target? So, dodge instead. Reticent beacon. That's really good. Vanguard's abilities gain 5% over 1 round. Taunting defense. I'm just gonna go with Reticent Beacon because that's really solid. And grants advantage in the area, 30% increased dodge. No one attacks the rear anyways. Well, you're that really. And grants all eyes in the area plus 6 deflection against the next melee hit they suffer. So stratagem on a combat tactic. It's not bad. Bonus increased by 4% for the area was not moved for 2 rounds. I'm gonna get point of interest. That's pretty solid. Let's get your intelligence up, Pascal. Cassia. Critical zone. No, that'd be better for rear, not backline. Dodge and parry. That's okay. That'd be better for Pascal, really. Yeah, let's do improvised strategy. That seems fun. Let's get your fellowship up. I don't really need ballistic skill, but yeah, let's get your ballistic skill up, honestly. Hunting surge. Pierce the armor. Pray the band against head first. Hits an enemy's attack, they inflict the catch effect on the enemy. Catch effect? Oh, wow. So the enemy bounces next attack, this team will always score a critical hit. Wow. Critical chain? Cut to the chase. Good finesse. It's not bad. Hunter's ambush. P. Trailed or immobilized. Change the bounty of his allies went through the game. Praise through favor the kill. Favor the kill. Whoever prays that is not being trailed is killed by an ally. Bounty gets the extra turn with half MP. Cannot attack during this extra turn. The outcast. Ooh, that's huge. Yeah, we're gonna grab past the outcast. That is huge. Maybe that has full wounds. Maybe that has single target attacks. I don't do a lot of single target attacks with her, honestly. Aim for the opening of the same target. Do same. Additional acumen. Maybe. Yeah, deadly calculations, just free extra damage, really. Your weapon skill is fine. We're gonna go with agility. Yeah, there we go. Whew.
I'll lay claim to the
Phenomenal job,
stars.
team. That was one hell. That really made up for all the talking last stream. Well, lack of talking, because I didn't realize I was muted until the end of stream, but that's beside the point. There's just a lot of general chatting. Ooh. Yoink. Sniper rifle and another melter charge. We got a lot of melter charges and not a lot of stuff to use melter charges on. Yoink. What is that? Oh my goodness. What do you have on? It's range attacks against enemies with 50% wound. With less than 50% wounds left. What the heck? 2 times rate of fire. It's irrelevant for me, but bonus to ballistic skill. Just want to double check ballistic skill, because is that also base hit chance? We'll hold on to that. We could use that later. Because that is actually really good. But right now we're not
Victory
having an
awaits.
issue hitting. We're having an issue getting things in line of sight of Eurolat sometimes. The actual hitting and damage is not an issue. Did we miss this when we first came in? We always have done this from this side? Oh no, we need an athletics to get down. Oh, but that is it.
Compared to naval
Interesting.
service, that was barely a challenge.
Interesting that they
About
put that
time.
little loop there. 'Cause I don't think you could activate that from the start. It's not like it's that hard to get back to the main room. But c'est la vie. Okay, yeah, we got everything here. Alright, wonderful job, team. Map of the Coronis Expanse. We got work to do. Got a lot of stuff on the ship to do also. Okay, where are we trying to... Yeah, we're trying to get to the Nullius system. Yeah, Nullius system into Dargonis sector. Then we got Aldari Survivors up top, Aldari Survivors this way, and Kiava Gamma. Okay. Yeesh, not the biggest fan of this. I just... Maybe 3 to jump back. I would need to manually go all the way back. I'm not super big on this. Yeah, let's bring it down to save. I'd like to... I kind of regret spending 3 to open up the path to the twin side. Because now I just don't have any. I'm really trying to get it back. The bridge is thrumming with the sound of endless officer reports, the hum of ancient mechanisms, and the buzz of servo engines. Among the usual servants bustling to and fro, the Lord Captain notices a flash of flame-red hair. You hear that? Is something going on? Yeah. Something up, friend? You posed a question to me not so long ago, Alontak, and now I'm here to present you with my answer. With fluid grace, Urla emerges from the shadows of the captain's bridge. Her face seems to glow under the luminant light, her expression slightly more pensive than usual. You have my complete attention. Then listen closely to my answer, Alantak. You may struggle to comprehend what is to be said, being accustomed to reveling in your own might and skewing the world to suit yourself. Pitch your understanding not towards my words, but the sense that lies hidden in the shade of their sounds. Yurlet half closes her eyes, her words unfurling slowly and melodically. You try to split the world into pieces, to fragment it into light and dark, truth and lies, self and others. But I see the world as a single whole, and in this lies its simplicity and complexity. It is not enough to simply it is not enough simply to see the world and hear its voice. You must understand it. Think of the Lelathan, the world on which our paths crossed. What is it truly? What is its essence? The Lelathan's magnificence comes not from the green of its vast forest, or the depths of its waters. Its beauty is in the word, in the way it dances on the tongue, and even you, Elantak, can sense it. Try, say the word, slowly, delicately, casting aside all stray thoughts. Feel, perhaps then you will see. Close your eyes, empty your mind, and speak the word. Lilithan. The world around you fades and your perception instantly narrows, coming to a single point of focus on the tip of your tongue. Le. Your tongue delicately tickles the roof of your mouth, and the sound slips along your throat with incredible silkiness, warming as it goes like a sip of fresh recaf. Lie. The tip of your tongue touches the same place again, and air softly rushes from your chest. The sound like the susurration of leaves as the wind weaves through the forest canopy. Then, your tongue taps your front teeth, and a gentle vibration spreads through your whole body, sending a shiver along your spine. Guarded interest gleams in Yurlet's eyes when your gazes meet again. I think I'm beginning to understand. If your words are sincere, Elantak, then you are capable of seeing more than you do now. Instead of the lifeless clamor of monstrous mechanisms, the roar of engines, and the discordant voices of your followers, I hear and attend to silence. It arises in moments of spiritual serenity, and in that stillness we become witnesses to the transformation of our own inner world. Monkey lies past so swiftly. You rush through them for the sake of a chosen goal, but thoughts of transience and loss frighten you. And so you drive such thoughts away, and drown yourselves in the daily tumults. But it is from fleeting moments which enter our lives and quickly vanish with them, that the soul's fortress grows. A moment's blooming, an hour's wilting. The splendor of each lies in its ephemerality. So too the memories of those who have left our side and no longer walk the path with us. And in you, Alantak, I see much more than just another Monke. Your true essence lies in your will, which is capable of changing the world around you and within you. It lies in your ability to create and to understand your creation, and in your ability to destroy. It lies in what your kin's minds cannot grasp, what their primitive sights cannot behold. But I can see it. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me how you see the world. And what do you make of it, Alantak? How differently do you see the world? Um... I also see something greater in the world around me. Something deeper than the outer guise of things. And what does that mean? Irla asks, with all her attention focused on your world. Oof. Honestly, all these are pretty good options. Like, as I kept reading, I was like, oh, that's better. That's even better than the last. That's even better than the last. I'm not gonna go with 1. I really like 2. Honestly, the world is full of random occurrences. No, I don't surrender myself to the course of fate, though. I see the uniqueness of every creature and everything, and it pleases me. I can follow your line of thoughts, Alantak. Every form, color, creature, and being possesses its own charm and capacity to stir our emotions. Millions of stars in the darkness, the inimitability of void crystals, the plethora of intelligent and primitive life forms that inhabit the galaxy. The world manifests itself in endless diversity, and in that lies its true magnificence. Urilat says nothing for a time, silently watching you from under her half-lowered lids. Now that we have each shared our truth about this world, I would like to know if your thoughts about me align with those of your kin, Alantak, or if you see me differently. I like it's like, okay, that's pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. That's also pretty, fairly pretty. And then just, you're beautiful on learn. I like you, bro. Um, to me, you are a foreign yet beguiling world, Urilat. I hope that one day I will come to know you, and on that day, my own world will become much deeper. Urilat goes still and looks at you intently, as if seeing you for the first time. It seems that there are many facets of your soul that I have not considered, Alantak. Interesting. I accept your answer, and thank you for speaking with me. This is the first conversation on board this vessel that has truly brought serenity and joy to my soul. Aww. Okay, well, we're on the bridge. So let's real quickly, what do we have? We have a few things to do on the bridge. I know that. So view, close view. That's footfall. That's footfall. Yeah, that's reclaiming our dynasty. To place in his own bed, James Stone's the village of blood. The rogue chase that fits observes and forces at work. Okay, let's go to the officer's deck. This is the bridge. Pretty sure. So let's get going over here. Hi, Jai. Jay. Let's go do the officer's deck real quickly. We got our main squad. There we go. Sarbag barks of the officers gathered before you. His lordship the rogue trader has seen fit to honor us with his presence in order to monitor the course of the investigation. You are expected to perform your duties immaculately and report your every step to me. Should any of your actions bring shame to the enforcers, you will answer to me personally. No, excuse me. Lord Captain, the 3 officers before you have been tasked with conducting the investigation. The first, Captain Klein, is a veteran with a record of quelled uprisings of mutant abominations in the colonies. Captain Ginevri is young, but she has already preempted several mutinies among the ship's rabble. Lastly, there's Captain Horotko. His interrogation skills deserve credit, and he knows how to instill fear and respect firmly in the minds of the riffraff. After carefully... Oh wait, where... Is that Adira next to me? I'm pretty sure that's me, Adira, Cabela, and Abelard. So where... Oh, there's Cassia. Oh, there's Urilat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Adira. I wonder where Pascal is. There's Pascal, up in that corner. So I mean, Hynix, Jay, and Argenta are also here? Yeah, whatever. After carefully assessing the officers' bearing and and their uniforms, Abelard nods with satisfaction. Their drilling is good. Their service records are excellent. Let's see how they perform in the field. Do you have any working theories? The mutants are plotting, Klein spits in disgust. They've been breeding like void rats, so they're getting cocky. Must have wanted to infect your lordship with their plague. It wasn't an attempt on the Lord Captain's life. It was a threat. The rabble are planning a revolt, so they're trying to terrorize us. Soon you will drown in blood. Insurgents pride themselves on such metaphors. Meanwhile, Captain Hrotko is convinced that it was the work of Voigtier's surviving cultists. However, I believe this to be a warning rather than a threat. What we need to establish is who is trying to warn us and of what. What are your findings thus far? Probably should have asked those in the other order, thinking about it. We've discovered a worker's corpse, mutilated and desiccated. We're still looking into the man's identity and position, but the surgeon's report has confirmed that among all the blood that was pumped into your bedchamber, the blood-carrying mutation was indeed his. The workers from the nearby decks have all been checked for genetic aberrations, but the mutations identified are all within the norm for laboring masses. They're being rounded up for interrogation as we speak. Uralette frowns as she surveys the deck. So much noise and empty violence. I am surprised you're able to find anything in this pandemonium of your own making. Even taking into account the neighboring decks only, that constitutes hundreds of people. How do you plan to question them all? Our interrogation techniques are broad and varied. However, nothing loosens the tongue like corporal punishment. Beatings, mutilations, torture, public executions. Sarrak almost purrs as she lists ways of making people suffer. When combined with psychological pressure, such methods work wonders. Like, I don't really want to comment because I'm letting them lead. Yeah, I'm not gonna comment, just an unfortunate necessity. Let us return to other matters. Because I said I'm gonna let you guys lead the investigation and I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to lead this investigation. So I'm not gonna comment on it. I don't approve of her clearly sadistic preferences. But an unfortunate necessity. Let us return to other matters. Indeed, Lord Captain, most unfortunate, says the Master at Arms, a bloodthirsty smirk stealing across her face. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Jocasta. She's a bit too sadistic. What do you propose we investigate first? The body. Once you have ascertained the dead man's identity, we'll be able to locate his associates and narrow down the number of suspects. Captain Klein is in charge of examining the corpse. Yes, your lordship. I'm already done with my report. As soon as it's ready, I'll deliver it to you. Then let us begin. While we wait for Klein to report back, please enjoy the refreshments that have been prepared for you, Lord Captain. Alrighty. Poor Pascal, have to stand. He should be allowed to sit. A pair of enforcers with battered faces is escorting Infernus Master Einik Montek. His lip is busted, his knuckles are grazed and covered with blood, and there's a chewed up IHO stick between his teeth. One of the enforcers drones nasally. We apprehended him while he was trying to break through the detained rabble. Got into a scuffle. We barely managed to restrain the troublemaker. He demanded an audience with you, Mistress Sauerback. The Master at Arms nods, and the enforcers release their prisoner. Heinrich adjusts his clothes and approaches confidently. What do your enforcers think they're doing, Jocasta? Why are you assaulting my people, denying them water like they're criminals? You've got teenagers and elderly folk here. They're all just ordinary workers. They've done nothing wrong. No, Heinrich. What do you think that you're doing? Attacking my people, chastising me in front of the Lord Captain. Get out before I have you charged. Heinrich looks up at you. Your lordship, I ask you to please protect your servants from this abuse. Yeah, no, if it's bad enough where the Infernus Master is going, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm going with him. Cease the beatings immediately. Those people are to be provided rations and water. I would not dare disobey your lordship's orders, even when I disagree with. And I disagree with you being a sadist, but you know, here we are. Thank you. We won't forget your mercy. Like, I was already not a fan of that level of abuse that you were bringing in. But having the Forge Master come up and go, hey yo, what the fuck? Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm stepping you a little bit here. Heinrich gestures at a disheveled young man and a short-haired girl in her teens. Both are dressed in utility coveralls and smeared with soot. Lord Captain, let me introduce my sister Nemi and my niece Mia. Ladies, you should thank the Lord Captain for helping you. Hello, Your Majesty. Thank you for the food and water, and for not letting them chop our hands off. That would have left us a little short-handed. Mia snorts and elbows Nemi in the ribs. It's your lordship, and don't make jokes when you're so terrible at them. Do you want the Lord Captain to change his mind and send you back? Yes. Are your serfs literate? I could send them a highly informative pamphlet on etiquette. Cassia glances at Nemi and Mia's grubby hands, and wrinkles her nose. Then again, they would probably just burn it for warmth. How did they end up in the hands of the enforcers? My status as senior officer exempted me from being arrested, but that same privilege did not extend to them. They were taken, along with the rest of the clan. They were acting horribly. They were hitting people in the head and the ribs. I didn't care if someone fought back or not. Nemesite would never allow that. Mia elbows her again. Shush! If they hear his name, they'll get angry again. Nemesite, you say? I wonder who that is. Nemi lowers her eyes in fear. No one. Just to hear from the tale my grandfather used to tell when I was little. That's enough, Nemi. Heinrich scowls disapprovingly. You're not a child anymore, so stop bothering people with those silly rhymes. Forgive my sister, Lord Captain. That was inappropriate. Abelard sighs wearily. Nemesite, your lordship, is a folk vigilante from Voidman legends. Every few years, some hothead declares himself Nemesite. They always meet a sticky end, as do those foolish enough to believe in Nemesite's ravings. The Seneschal levels a meaningful look at Nemi, who shrinks away. You were one strict lady, Mia. I'm not strict. Nemi is just sloppy. If it weren't for me, she would have cut her own arm off where the torture floated off a breach long ago. Nemi tries unsuccessfully to slap her upside the head. You could at least behave. You could at least behave in front of the Lord Captain. It's not like I never taught you to respect your elders. You're the one mixing things up all the time. Tell her, Heinrich. Heinrich ruffles. I don't remember which one's the niece and which one's the sister. I'm gonna be real with you. Heinrich ruffles Mia's hair. Don't be mean to Nemi. She's having a hard time as it is. Sure, she's always tongue-tied and her jokes are stupid, but her heart's in the right place. He's immediately slapped by his sister and laughs. Okay, Mia is the sister. I think. I'm not sure. You have a fine family, Heinrich. Thank you, Lord Captain. They're all I live for. Thanks to you, the people most important to me are now safe. Captain Klein snaps to attention. Identifying the victim has proven impossible. His face has been smashed in, and his body is badly maimed. There are too many wounds to determine the exact cause of death, but presumably he died after the killer slit his throat. That's how they drained his blood. No external signs of mutation were found. In other words, we have nothing. Klein, this isn't a report. It's a declaration of our incompetence before the Lord Captain. You'll keep digging around inside that corpse until you produce some results. Awareness. Ginevra looks at Klein with sympathy. She clearly cares about him, but does not wish to trample on her comrade's honor with words of comfort. Hrothko regards Klein with a contemptuous smirk, while Klein scowls back at him. No external signs of mutilation, you say. What about internal signs? Performing an autopsy was inadvisable, due to the danger of contaminating the area with genetic aberration. You see a flash of genuine horror in Klein's eyes, before his gaze turns glassy. You've seen that look before in the eyes of other veterans. It's an expression of someone reliving painful memories that have left behind deep scars. They cannot hope to overcome such trauma on their own. They would need help, or a partner, or perhaps some strong emotional stimuli. Um, that 100% coercion, guaranteed XP is looking mighty tasty. But I've heard that Medicaid officers often perform autopsies in pairs. One cuts open the body, the other records the findings. You should get a partner, Klein. According to the regulations, one enforcer is required for this duty. However, your lordship's proposal is reasonable. Do you have someone specific in mind? Ginevra would be an excellent choice. You catch Ginevra's grateful look, then watch as she smiles encouragingly at Klein. Come on, Klein. You'd better teach the greenhorns how to carve up mutants. I'll grab us a pair of respirators to make sure we don't catch anything. Like, I'm not gonna back up Roscoe. He hasn't said anything, but everything in body language I've read from him indicates he's a dick. Klein is up to his elbows in blood, his eyes flaring defiantly. I've examined the filth inside and out. Its innards are a genetic nightmare. It's a bag of corruption wrapped in human skin. Extra organs, scales, atrophied ingrown limbs. But that's not what's important. The body was disfigured posthumously. They killed the mutant with surgical precision, before opening its throat and draining its blood. It wasn't until after the actual murder that they crushed his head and tried to cover up the wounds. The wounds were so brutal, I almost missed his work tattoo. The victim was a pipe warden, and I found this in his throat. Klein presents a blood-stained raven feather. A certain legend springs to your mind. One involving Saint Quirine, who was granted a portent of enemies hiding among the faithful. When Quirine prayed to the Emperor for a sign that might reveal the traitors, a raven's feather burst out from her mouth to inscribe the names of the conspirators. Only someone versed in symbology of the Imperium could have left such a message. Remember Saint Quirine? Could this be a sign? Vile mutants do not make allusions to saints. This was someone versed in the creed. What tattoo? What do pipe wardens have to do with anything? The pipe wardens are a worker clan that services the ship's sewer system. The tattoo indicates the worker's status and personal number. This one was SP-24601, Senior Pipe Warden. Ooh, what's down here? For what purpose was the corpse mutilated? Someone wanted to hide the cause of death. What I fail to understand is why they would have What I fail to understand is why they would then leave the body out in the open instead of disposing of it. It is imperative that we find whoever mutilated the body. I concur. Would you like to give us specific instructions, Lord Captain? Specifics are merely no. Look for a lunatic. I really like the idea of just sip Amasek. Specifics are merely an impediment to flexible thinking. Follow your heart. But like, that's not helpful. Actually, no. I'm letting them lead the investigation. That's what I should do. So, because that means I'm not giving you a recommendation. I'm telling you, you guys figure it out. I'm watching you guys work. I'm only stepping in here or there to give a little nudge, because I'm here. Specifics are merely an impediment to flexible thinking. Follow your heart. Sarback's eyebrow twitches nervously. Follow my heart. But of course. I should have thought of it myself, Lord Captain. I thank you, your lordship, for your wise counsel. Klein, I wish to gift you a glass of Amasek for your good work. You look like you need it. Klein accepts the glass and downs it instantly. Evidently, he is in no state to savor the bouquet and taste of the fine drink you have offered him. What is our next step? We should run the victim's identification number through the masterwork log computator. If its machine spirit favors us, we'll be able to narrow down the number of suspects. Ginevri, this is your area. Oh, okay. Yeah, like, highlight the whole thing. I thought it was gonna have a different, like, little prompts, not just cogitator. Yeah, you know, carrot and lead. Looks at Cassia. This is the carrot and the stick method. That we were talking about. Ginevri approaches you, followed by a dignified woman in crimson robes. Excuse me. Allow me to introduce the esteemed tech priest Androveta V. She believes she has the right to obstruct the investigation and refuse to grant the enforcers access to the master cogitator. The tech priest lets out an indignant binary trill. I request that the lame woman's willful activities be halted. She intends to torment the machine spirit of the masterwork log cogitator, Iota 3B. The venerable spirit is ill and in no disposition to endure such abuse. What is the problem with the machine spirit? The spirit is old and quick to anger. It therefore calls for a sensitive approach, not a torturous intrusion by a brutish laywoman. Since the start of this watch, the spirit has been unwell, so we have been trying to soothe its woes by applying sacred unguents and sensing the great machine's boards. The dogma of data recuperative quarantine prohibits any disturbances to blessed machines found to be in such a state. What exactly does this data recuperative dogma prescribe? Let no profane hand touch the sacred machine stricken. Let the mechanism be shielded from all worldly troubles by a veil of righteous litany, and let its shrine be thricely honored till the malady is no more. Judging by Ginevri's expression, she would rather have her profane hand touch Androveta Fee's neck. Oh my god. The coercion option just, oh. Lay people may be prohibited from communing with the machine spirit, but you are not, esteemed sect priest. Ginevri will merely stand at your side and observe. Androveta Fee shoots Ginevri a sidelong glance. Very well. I shall disturb the spirit, but I demand that the laywoman show respect and do as she is told. I might need to pause briefly to get another drink. I finished this one a lot faster than I expected to. Raising her hands high, Androveta Fee wails. Omnisaya, preserve us. The great spirit was infected by a layperson. That is the culprit you should be searching for, not some pipe warden. Sacrilege. Registering a Category 3 act of sacrilege, resulting in a Category Epsilon Quadro transgressive scenario. Requesting the inclusion of the offender in the registry of wanted entities for the purpose of expiative disposal. We've discovered that the cogitator's malfunctions began after an unauthorized attempt to access it was made. Someone deliberately angered the machine sphere in order to bury the work logs. Thankfully, the esteemed tech priest was able to appease the spirit and extract the information we needed. The victim's name was Orto. On the day he died, he was servicing valve 27B, which supplies water to the rogue trader's bath chamber. He also had a partner, who has yet to appear for duty since the incidents occurred. We have a suspect. Who is the partner? Senior pipe warden Guidon number... Number SP26855, an 8th generation pipe warden. No registered infractions, excellent discipline, perfect work record, an exemplary servant of the Imperium. Did the murderer get to the cogitator too? Impossible. Since the start of the watch, this area has been used as a center of operations. No rabble could have slipped by unnoticed. Moreover, a common pipe warden wouldn't know how to commune with a machine spirit. A murderer had help. Master at Arms, how do you propose we find our new suspect? Before Sarabak can respond, Hratko cuts in. Your lordship, there is a man named Gueron among the rabble waiting to be interrogated. He immediately struck me as suspicious. Please, allow me to question the man in your presence. Sarabak narrows her eyes, but all she says is, bring him in. Now. I don't like Hratko. I don't trust him. At all. Before you stands a gaunt man in work clothes. His face is swollen from the bruises, and several of his fingers are broken and sticking out at odd angles. Oof. He stares vacantly into the distance with watery eyes. Start talking, you miserable wretch. You tried to kill the Lord Captain, didn't you? Hratko grabs the worker by the lapels. Guedon's coat flies open, revealing crude occult symbols painted all over his body. What's this? Heretical brand? Cultist scum. Guedon yells, but baring what remains of his teeth. Yes, it was me. I tried to put a curse on the Lord Captain. I killed my partner in a wicked ritual. Rubbed elbows with them demons. Consorted with them. All to carry out a dark plot and doom the Lord Captain for the glory of my almighty master. He bursts into a fit of hysterical, theatrical cackling. His words. He is trying to paint them over with fake garish hues. But his abject terror carries with it too much black and gray. What does he hope to accomplish with this? He's admitted to everything, the vermin. I've insisted time and time again that the assassination attempt was carried out by one of Voigt's surviving henchmen, and I was right. I guess we weren't so thorough in clearing them out as we thought. Hratko casts a sharp look at Sarabak. Yeah, no, Hratko definitely carved this stuff into this man. Beat him up and said, you're gonna do this, or you're just gonna keep getting tortured. Assess the enforcer's reactions to his confession. Hratko looks proud and self-important. Ginevri is biting her nail, as if hesitant to say anything. Sauerbach is observing the worker in silence, apparently sunk deep in thought. Meanwhile, Klein is merely stands with a distrustful grimace on his face. Other than Hiratsuko, no one here seems to believe that you are looking at a real culprit. Does the Master at Arms not, like, I want to get the XP, but I also just don't like either of those speech options. So, does the Master at Arms not find it strange that the suspect is so eager to paint himself as a heretic? And in such a preposterous fashion, no less? I agree, Lord Captain. Sauerbach growls at the worker. I want the truth. Who are you, and who told you to give us this pathetic confession? The man blanches and starts bawling. He gives up on his sinister theatrics and babbles in the voice of a con worker. Forgive me, your lordship. I'm not Guedon, and I'm not a heretic. Yart's me name. I'm a laundryman. Please, have mercy. They took my family. The enforcer said she'd throw him out of the airlock if I don't confess. She made me draw these unholy marks on myself. Abelard casts a significant glance at Sauerbach's direction. Your enforcers have a knack for persuasion, Mistress Sauerbach, but this is ridiculous. What enforcer? Name. Give me her name. Ginevri. Her name was Ginevri. What? I swear that I've not... Ginevri? The steely edge of Sauerbach's voice causes everyone present to freeze, but you also hear a note of bewilderment. We will deal with her later. I'll handle the search for Guedon myself. Lord Captain, would you have us execute this demon worshipper? Execute. Truly no word sounds sweeter to this monkey's ears. Hold on. I do want to read these all. I'm definitely gonna go Iconoclast, because this guy was definitely kind of forced into this. Even if I do want the dogmatic points, but that is not how I'm playing. God, heretical is rough. I'm kind of looking forward to doing a heretical run of this at some point, just being super evil. Hold on. He has lied to us more than once, and maybe he is lying to us still. Ginevri, do you have anything to say? I have never threatened his family, and I certainly did not force him to lie and draw heretical signs. I barely even remember his face. I may have interrogated him beforehand, but it was someone else who put him up to us. And yet he knows your name and pointed you out right away. Do you not find that funny? And do you not find it funny that your head is always up your arse, Strotko? It's obvious that someone framed her. Cease this bickering. Sauerbach's snarl forces the officers to back down. Lord Captain, what we have here is a liar, and a well-coached one at that. He will never confess on his own. What do you suggest we do? Pensively take an appetizer. No, definitely not more torture. He's already been through more than enough. We need to change our approach. Bandage his wounds and give him food. Talk to him gently and with kindness. God, Sauerbach, you are such a sadist. I wish I could replace you, honestly. A vein swells on Sauerbach's temples. Should we also grant him a pleasure palace in the spires of Dargonis while we're at it, Lord Captain? I doubt you will get the results you desire, but we'll do everything within our power. The land's already been tortured. What do you think more torture is gonna do? What do you want us to do with him when we're done? Spare the man. Wash off those heretical symbols and let him rejoin his family. Like that's just easy and that's just obviously dude, come on. It will be done. There is no cause for alarm, Lord Captain. This conspirator may have been a fake, but now it is only a matter of time before we find the real culprit. We have the Pipe Warden's names and identification numbers, and we know which clan they are from. We'll keep pressing the riffraff until either the culprit confesses or someone turns him in. I will handle this. The Master at Arms pointedly grips the maul on her belt. Please enjoy your meal in the interim, Lord Captain. The schedule will appear before us soon enough. God, I just want to smack Jocasta. I don't want to because I know she'll just get off to it, but I just want to smack this woman. Lord Captain, the real Pipe Warden Quaidon has been found and is being escorted here as we speak. Are there any remaining questions you wish to address before we hear from Quaidon himself? You can start by reporting on the results of the additional investigation efforts. Absolutely, Lord Captain. We have thoroughly questioned all detainees known to have a violent temper and compared the tools and weapons we seized with the wounds found on the corpse, but have not been able to establish who was responsible for the mutilation. I take full responsibility for this failure. The interrogation of the detainee Yart had to be suspended. He seems to have gone mad. He just keeps mumbling that it was Ginevri who set him up to lie, and that he must therefore be set free. I doubt we'll get anything further out of him, be with cruelty, kindness, or holy prayer. This concludes my report. Someone attempted to mislead our investigation. We cannot let this go without consequences. Undoubtedly. Let us go over the facts we have on this sabotage and compile them. The body of the deceased was mutilated after death. It is likely that the nature of the injuries would have proven very useful in the investigation, and that the perpetrator concealed them for that very reason. Honestly, I'm starting to think that maybe Verosco is behind all this, pulling a whole bunch of strings and stuff to fabricate this attack on me, so that he could set up an investigation that he could succeed at and get a promotion, replace Jocasta or something. Look at Verosco up there. He's leaning forward. He's holding his gun. He's ready. He's tense. Klein and Ginevri are just chilling. The body of the deceased was mutilated after death. It is likely that the nature of the injuries would have proven very useful in the investigation, and that the perpetrator concealed them for that very reason. Someone sabotaged the work log cogitator, so it would be harder for us to find the victim's partner, who might have information valuable to the investigation. Instead of the murdered man's partner, we were given a fool, one who thoroughly incriminated himself first before admitting that Captain Ginevri put him up to it. Sarvak glowers at Ginevri, and she pales with fear. Suspect Yug claims that you coerced him into lying about himself, Ginevri. What do you have to say for yourself? I may have conducted his preliminary investigation, like so many others. Hirotko requested my assistance because of my expertise in dealing with the rabble, but I swear there is no truth to these accusations against me. I've never threatened his family, and I certainly did not force him to lie and draw heretical signs. I barely even remember his face. I may have interrogated him beforehand, but it was someone else who put him up to this. The transcript says you conducted Yard's interrogation alone. Why is that? Because I can handle a single laundryman. Ginevri raises her chin proudly. Who was guarding the body? It was Ginevri. Klein reluctantly nods at his fellow enforcer. I relieved her when I came to inspect the corpse, which by then had already been cut up. Ginevra nervously adjusts her armor under Sarbach's piercing gaze. The corpse was already looking like that when it came under my purview, but I could not get the name of the officer who discovered it. The deck was such a mess that I decided I would deal with it later. Who had access to the work log cogitator? The tech priest did not let anyone near the cogitator. They even tried to prevent the enforcer's investigation. Ginevra, were you there the entire time? Yes, ma'am. Since the start of watch. I went there right after I handed the body over to Klein. The only time I stepped away was to retrieve the data slate from my quarters. I left a watchman, but he went missing. Most likely one of the officers did not realize he was on duty and sent him off on some errand, but I was only gone for a few minutes. Very convenient. A missing sentry, a data slate misplaced against regulations. Kratko drums his fingers on a holster on his belt, where his own data slate sits tightly nestled. I don't understand how I could have forgotten it. I always check my gear when I go on duty. I don't really like either option, but I cannot decide. Sarbach, you can handle this yourself. Sarbach casts a menacing look, because it's either I doom Ginevra, which like I don't want to do. It doesn't feel like I feel like we're missing a piece of the puzzle, and I don't want to do that just yet. I feel like a puzzle piece is missing. My only other option is to let Jocasta decide, and I mean, she's probably also gonna doom Ginevra, but what can we do? And again, I'm observing the investigation. I want to watch it and let them. I'm offering questions here and my logic is I'm offering questions here and there to spark them thinking. Or looking at things from a different angle. Sarbach casts a menacing look over the room. Leave it to me. I will not rest until I get a confession. A real confession. In the meantime, let's get back to the assassination attempt. Oh yeah, because that's just for because that whole bit isn't even like the core thing. That's just trying to figure out who was getting in the way of the investigation and how should they be punished. The pipe warden does his best to remain reverentially bowed, which paints a rather comical picture given his formidable height and complexion. He lowers his head, tugging at his beard. Senior Pipe Warden Guedon, honored to serve, Lord Captain. I'm ready to confess to everything. You are the real Pipe Warden Guedon, are you not? I am, and I'm proud of it, Lord Captain. Pipe Warden's craft is hard work, but necessary. My number is SP-26855. My work partner... I almost said pork partner. My work partner was a late Orto, number SP-24601. I oversee the water supply system on the upper deck. On the upper decks, Sector A3, K8, and R2. That includes valve 27B. There could be no mistake. I have verified his identity myself. It has also been confirmed by the other workers. Did you kill your mutant partner? I didn't kill him. I didn't know he was a mutant. Orton and I always got along, even if he wasn't much for talking. But then, Servant of Death came from the darkness. Ended him quickly, but harshly. She bled him dry and put a black feather in his throat. She told me to pump blood into the pipes, and then she left. I wanted to confess, but I was afraid she'd come for me too if I did. Whom do you mean by this Servant of Death? A holy slayer in black and crimson and bone. Feared by all they are, quiet and merciless as death itself. They come from the shadows to kill, because the Emperor commands them to. You've already met the servants of the Bloodspun Web, Lord Captain. Their grim procession is not one the upper decks will soon forget. I mean, we know why he was scared for his life, but okay. I guess I'll ask this because I have nothing else to ask, even though we know why. Why did you fill my bath with blood? I did as the servant of death commanded. She said the Emperor gave the first spinner a sign, that your lordship should be bathed in the blood of poor Orto, my partner. And well, I was scared, so I obeyed. The first spinner? Are you talking about the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web? Yeah, that's him. He leads the death cultists, the lot who worship the Emperor by killing. His spinners hunt down heretics, but sometimes they take righteous lives too. Their service is mysterious, fervent, and bloody. If the Vizier ordered it, then there must have been a reason. The Undying One must have revealed something to him that we are ignorant of. With an acerbic smile, Einrich blows a stream of smoke in Sarbach's direction. What a shocking turn of events, Jocasta. The Inferni are innocent. Who could have seen that coming? Could it be that you were wrong to brutalize and humiliate my people? Do not expect an apology from me. I was doing my duty. You can play the victim all you want, but I haven't forgotten the circumstances under which your blasted clan came to be on this ship. Consider every strike upon your back a reminder of that event. What is the meaning of the Master Arm's words about your clan, Heinrich? It's a story of days long past, one that Mistress Sarbach greatly enjoys reminiscing about, as if she was there herself. My ancestor committed a trespass against your ancestor, were made Inferni as punishment. I'll be sure to tell you this tale some other time. I must concede as much, Lord Captain. The story can wait. We should first find out why the Bloodspun Web thought to bathe you in repugnant blood. Summon the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web. I wish to hear his explanation. As you will, Lord Captain. Your Lordship, if I may ask, what happens to me now? I never meant to anger you. I thought I was doing as the Emperor willed it. But here we are. I'm a simple man. I know pipes and I know them a lot better than all this people business. My eyes aren't what they used to be. But I can still smell rust and metal. Though, not so much in people's thoughts. I wish I could say I'm gonna wait on this until I hear what the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web has to say. If I had, I wish I had some more time to do some Bloodspun Web stuff to kind of get a better feel of them. Because if I liked them more, I'd be leaning more towards one. But honestly, you know what? Giving him ocular implants might make people start trying to take them from him, and like sell them for food tickets and stuff. So you know what? It's probably best I don't get him the best ocular implants, regardless. You're deceived into becoming an accomplice. I will not punish you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, your lordship. I'll serve you faithfully, and I'll never forget your mercy. I think, in general, that's the best outcome for him, and the safest outcome in the long term for him. The Vizier of the Bloodspun Web treads lightly and silently, as if his old gaunt body has no weight at all. He whispers weakly, Domin Deis willed to see me, and so I have come. I've summoned you to discuss the actions of your apprentices. The Vizier responds in an equally respectful manner. Let their deeds be weighed. Investigation has established that the Bloodspun Web orchestrated an attack on his lordship by means of pouring unholy blood into his bath. This affront... The old man's murmur drowns out Sarbach's relentless voice. Domin Deis knows the truth. So it was done, for so I did will. It was no affront, but a prophecy. For my hands so divine, unsullied by martyrs. unsullied martyrs offered their soul and bodies into his imperishable embrace. I gazed into the red rivers of their smoldering lives, and I did see a roiling, unclean staining the bays, reaching for the anointed lord of the ark. In my apprentice's last sighs, I heard the Undying One's whisper. He bid me, bathe the domain in the blood of he who must go, and they who have been righteous, for this will shield the domain and strengthen his body against the roiling unclean. I obeyed. What do you mean by the roiling unclean? He did not reveal, but it is corruption itself. It offends him. It tastes as sweet as fetid waters in old pipes. It promises that the deception of an enforcer's smile, its face is elusive. Do you claim that you... Actually, who? The man you killed. Who was he? I know not. I heard only the name, and I knew. He must go. He listens to the empty space above his shoulders and nods. Yes, we need no more knowledge than that. Do you claim that you did it because the God Emperor willed so? I mean, you know, I would get another drink, but we're almost done, so I'm just gonna tough it out this last like 20 minutes. I speak, move, and draw breath, because he wills so. I defy not the Undying One, neither in death that gifts and takes, nor in my living existence. Could your vision have been false? The Vizier's lips curled into a smile. I held the cards of his tarot. Washed in the blood of the righteous, they make no mistakes, and neither does he send false visions. Only mortals err, they who read the signs, they who interpret. Master-at-Arms, are you convinced that we found the culprit? The situation is clear, your lordship. Sabak makes the sign of the Aquila. The Emperor has sent us a portent. The protector of mankind guides the hands of his holy servants to guard us and warn us of hidden threats. This Monkey has drawn attention to the mutant in a way that could not be ignored. A shrewd tactic, if the threat is indeed as great as he believes. Could it be a coincidence that the victim of the ritual is a genetic aberration? The officers around you keep a respectful silence. You can tell by their faint smiles that they find the very idea of doubting the Emperor's providence absurd. Yeah, no, I do trust them in regards to everything being very Emperor-oriented. They meant the best. You know, they're following the Emperor's will, and they're in their religion, they were trying to bless me. So, I do kind of want to punish them because it did lead to a really big mess. Like this, like, I kind of want to punish them lightly because this did lead to a big investigation that took a lot of time and lots of manpower. Instead of them just like coming out and saying, "Hey, yo, yeah, we did this. We got a blessing. You know, we got a prophecy from the Emperor." The cult of the Blood-Spun Well will face no persecution for their deed. The Vizier freezes, listening in silence, then nods to nothing. Yes, yes, I will tell him. He turns his sewn-shut eyes to you once more. We are seized in your hands, giver of life. Whether you keep us or scatter us, we will remain grateful. Be that as it may, we have hit a dead end. We hope that exposing the culprits would lead us to the aberration's lair. Let the blood-spined web find the mutants breeding on my ship. I think that's a good punishment. Good, like, quote-unquote punishment. Like, you guys have to do a bit of work now, actually. A bit of work for my good. I think that's a good way to go about it. Let the blood-spun web find the source of the aberrations breeding on my ship. But no spinner or brave warrior from the Domin Circle can find the roots of the unclean, for it can appear as human and act as human. Only its thoughts betray its vile nature. Only its thoughts are never human. Vice. Vice. Anxious. Anxious signs falls the moment Sarvac says this one word. She narrows her eyes. Is it unclean thoughts we need to find? Very well. Let Vice find them. He knows how, no matter how badly he wishes that the rest of us forget about it. Venny Zachary is a fearsome hunter. When he hunts the flagship whales, when he thinks, my teeth creak, and I can feel pain as if I am young again. But his power is great indeed. He can hunt down our prey. How can the choir master of the Astropath be of use to us? The esteemed Zachary Weiss can perform the ritual of thought reading. This practice lets him do a cursory examination of the minds of thousands of people in search of certain individuals. A ritual as rare as it is dangerous, and only someone as versed as Master Weiss can accomplish such a feat. Has Weiss done something like that before? Once, Lady Theodora made use of his services to expose spies on board, who apparently had been in the employ of Lord Inquisitor Calcazar. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems that not everyone here is eager to leave this matter to Master Weiss. I would say that the one least eager will be Master Weiss himself. Last time, his efforts caused some severe warp manifestations. The ritual truly is perilous. Not to put too fine a point on it, Weiss nearly destroyed the ship back then. Incidentally, he had given us multiple warnings that it could happen. Lady Theodora ignored them. We reaped the results. Oh, why do I get the feeling that I know what will happen next? I'm kinda curious. No, Weiss has experience, Idira doesn't. So I'm not gonna make her do the ritual, which is no experience. But no, that's Jocasta, not Idira. Fair enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, there. Wonder where the other characters would sit and or stand then. That is all, Master at Arms. Your duty is done. I give you leave to wrap up the investigation on the officer's deck. My duty will be done when the threat is eliminated. I will brief the enforcers while you consult Choirmaster Weiss, Lord Captain. Holy goodness, I was not expecting this to be so long. Well, granted, it was like a proper side quest, so it's not too surprising, but dang, dude. Holy cow. Talk to Choirmaster Weiss. Alrighty. Hello, sirs. Astropathic Chapel, there we go. Yep, we'll keep this team. I doubt, honestly, I think I might have my final team. I don't think I'm gonna swap anyone around. Because Cassia's a main set, because, like, Cassie is a mainstay, 100%. Not getting rid of her. Urilet is just great for picking guys off or doing big damage to bosses. And she just stays back, and I really don't need to worry about her that much. Pascal's got really nice versatility, and him and Cassie kind of go together since they're both overseers and they're both providing different things to that. Avalok, and then like the other options, I'm not interested in Hynix. I don't need a Deer because I don't need another like backline. I don't need J because that would be a third officer, and I don't need 3 officers because we already have 2 with me and Cassie. Because I'm already logged in, I can't be swapped out. And Argenta kind of just does Urilet's job, but worse. So like, I might swap out Abelard or Cabela for the Space Wolf when we get him. Because I imagine we will eventually get him at some point. And I'll see how he does. I might swap Abelard or Cabela out for him. Honestly, might swap Cabela out for him. Because I love Abelard. Abelard is genuinely just the GOAT. That's beside the point. Choirmaster Vice turns towards you long before you reach him. A chill runs down your spine, as if someone were watching you from inside your own being. You summon your will and drive out the unpleasant sensation. The Choirmaster smiles sadly. You shroud your mind well, your lordship, and yet I can guess why you have come. With all due respect, I'm asking you to reconsider. So you would rather not take part in the sit for mutineers. Oops. It is my wish to be useful to your lordship, but what you have would come for will put the ship in peril. A ritual of this kind can, and certainly will, go the worst possible way. Your predecessor came to me with the same orders once. Nothing good came of it. Please believe me, Lord Captain, when I say a mountain of corpses was the least of the problems we faced that time. So you performed the ritual before for Theodora. Many years ago, it was a time when Lady Theodora had become anxious. Perhaps the Lord Inquisitor's interest in her affairs adversely affected her, shall we say, trust in her own subjects. She was expecting a betrayal, and eventually her paranoia brought her to me. I performed the ritual, but the choir ceased to exist. I remember that day, Lord Captain. When we arrived at the chapel, there was blood and human remains everywhere, but that was the least of the terrifying things we saw there. The Asayani spend decades tempering their spirits before touching the veil. You lack the gift of time, yet you seek to harness the powers that are only too pleased with your ignorance. What is the nature of this ritual? It takes the entire choir's power to invade such a prodigious number of minds at once. I weave their voices into a chord and steer it into the murky sea of other people's souls. Together we read tens of thousands of thoughts, emotions, and intents. Looking for the thing we are after, the seed of corruption you are interested in. Why are you so worried about the ritual? Lord Captain, do you know the proverb about staring too long into the abyss? What you are asking for is tantamount to plunging the entire choir into that abyss. A ritual like that will require incredible focus from each of its participants. It will take a single careless thought, a single glance in the wrong direction, for the way back to be lost. Human minds fusing into one another, vitrified organs invading still living bodies, perverse fantasies manifesting in the flesh. Nothing will stop the horrors of the warp from spreading all over the ship in the blink of an eye. And even if I agreed it would be impossible, I would need a second powerful telepath as a defender to shield my mind. The last time, my best apprentice, Adeline, did that, but she is no longer with us. She was exceptionally talented, rivaling even myself, but I know of only one psyker in the entire expanse who is her equal. But she is bound to the service of one of House Winterscale's planetary governors, and thus unavailable to us, which makes your dangerous enterprise an impossibility. How bad was it? Worse than you can imagine, your lordship. It only took a fraction of a second, lingering inside another mind for one of the astropaths to lose control of their own. The affliction spread down the chain like wildfire. No one was spared. The minds of my charges could not withstand the tension. Their consciousnesses were caught in a vortex of alien thoughts. The fortunate ones died at once. As for the rest, how did you survive? I managed to send out a call for help, and did my best to contain the phantoms on my own before Lady Theodora arrived. I was the only survivor out of the entire choir. Her ladyship allowed me to spend a month in a secluded cell, upon whose floor and walls I drew the most powerful protective hexagrams I knew. I was crushed, I was broken, and worst of all, I was afraid. Afraid of meeting the same fate as Adeline, my other apprentices. An astropath must never be afraid, your lordship. One who yields to fear dies and dooms those around them. How did you replenish the choir? Lady Theodora bombarded the Adeptus Administratum for months with requests to provide her with a new astropathic choir. In the end, new voices did fill the chapel. They were never told what happened to the previous choir, but they have inklings. And I pray to the God Emperor that they never find out the details of that tragedy. How is a ritual like that even possible? It's akin to heresy. It is not heresy, but it is indeed a dangerous tool that will only yield to a mighty hand. That time, things were going all too well. The choir was many-voiced like never before. Adeline and my other talented apprentices sounded louder than the rest of the astropaths in all of the expanse. We were strong and confident enough to take a bold gamble, and we lost. The important thing that I'm interested to know is, was the ritual successful that time? Did you find what you were looking for? The choir master cowers as if cornered. I did find it, but the price. Yes, Lady Theodora got the names she wanted, but was it worth it? The tragedy has remained a secret within the chapel. We were a hair's breadth away from it becoming an epitaph inscribed on the ship's remains. It is fair to say my predecessor was being herself there. Please, Lord Captain, learn from her mistakes instead of committing your own. I see. That is the harsh truth, your lordship. It must not be done. I'm reluctant to risk my life for this ritual, and the search of the rebels has become quite tiresome as well. The lines on Vice's brow disappear. Thank you, your lordship. I realize that this ritual may be your only chance to find the mutineers, but is their plot so threatening as to risk dooming the entire vessel? I do not think so. Internal strife and lurking enemies stole my home from me. Despite her efforts to hide it, you notice a slight tremble in the Lady Navigator's voice. If that ritual can uncover the threat, then we must act on it. Better to accept the imminent casualties as a necessary sacrifice than to lose everything altogether. Cassie, I agree with you, but that's quite literally why I'm not doing the ritual. Because the ritual has a chance to end everything altogether. Alternatively, we risk just ending me in my inner circle. Domin, the Undying One's will has led us to Veni Zachary, and he bids us walk a path that is both narrow and bloody. If we stray from this path now, our mark will disappear forever. You know what? Cabela does bring up a good point. The Emperor himself has guided us down this path. That means we have the Emperor's blessing, and we will succeed. No, Vice, wait. If this really is our only chance to find them, then we must not squander it. Vice freezes with his mouth agape, then grimaces in irritation. I should not have said anything. I dare not object to your will. However, I must remind you that performing the ritual is impossible without a psychic protector. We can find a psychic who will help you perform the ritual. And who is it? The choirmaster's smile, though courteous, seems ever so slightly sarcastic. How about Adira? Absolutely not. This is the first time you've ever heard the choirmaster raise his voice. She is a witch, an abomination. She will only make the situation worse. The beasts of the warp will sense her heresy-prone soul and descend upon us in droves. Heinrichs is a psyker. He could help. Master von Kalox is a brilliant biomancer, your lordship, but as far as I know, he's not particularly adept at telepathy or psychic protective rituals, is he? You mentioned knowing of a powerful psyker employed by the Winter Scales. Who is he? Master Heremon is a seasoned telepath, but his lord would never part with such an incredibly valuable specialist. A sizable amount of money will be necessary to organize Master Heremon's escape. I will hire a professional to set up his escape. Send a message to whoever ought to know. Jeez, 3 profit factor, that's a move. As you please, Master Heremon will welcome the news of his forthcoming release. His present lord is quite unpleasant. I will report back once Master Heremon has been brought on board. Alright. Jeez, 3 profit factor, that's actually a lot more than I was expecting.
Stand in my way.
But let us head back up to the Void Ship Bridge. And we are pretty much going to end right on time after a lot of talking again. But at least this time we opened up with a nice big fight. That was a fight that was a lot bigger than I was expecting, honestly. Yeah, alrighty. Why do we always come up here? This is a captain's quarters. Probably because it's right next to the things, which is convenient for us. But with that said, thank you everybody very much for coming around and hanging out. I do greatly appreciate it. I'm going to get something to drink, because my throat is starting to get very dry after all this yapping. But I do appreciate everyone for coming around and hanging out. If you're on Kick, a follow is greatly appreciated. I will be uploading the stream over to YouTube later tonight, where you can watch it if you have missed anything. And this time I've not muted my mic, so you will get my voice this whole time. Thank goodness. But if you're over on YouTube, a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff does help me out greatly. And if you ever want to watch a stream, I do my best to stream every weekday at the same times in the midday, morning, depending on time zone, blah, blah. And you are more than welcome to come around and hang out. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their days, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out, homies.